All right, hey everybody. So, welcome to another Wicked video. So, for today's video, what I'm talking about is just giving more of my thoughts on the film because I've now seen the film 8 times, and you know what? It just gets better and better with every single screening. I'm just really loving this film more and more the more that I see it. I was already really high when I first saw it, and now I'm just getting like more and more in the stratosphere. Like, this is really, really, really like one of my favorite films of the year so far. You can also actually make the case for me that this is my favorite film of the year so far. This is my best film of the year so far. I think that it's going to play very well during awards season. There's already many, many, many reports that the voters are going through the roof on this thing. That there are standing ovations. There are, major applause breaks after multiple songs. Like, yeah, no, this thing is going to be a major player, and do not be surprised if this thing actually ends up being Best Picture come the Oscars and all throughout award season. But I kind of wanted to give more of my thoughts on the film. So yeah, I just like jotted down a few things. Let me start with something that has really been driving me up a wall, and that is Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible and the reaction to her. I will accept zero slander against her. She did an absolute fantastic job, and her performance shows why John M. Chu is the perfect director for movie musicals. He understands that there is a difference between a stage and a screen. So while Morrible on stage can go big, can be so over the top, so campy, so extreme, that's not going to play well on screen. That's not going to play well when the camera is literally like this close to you. Um, because she's not playing to the back row, she's playing to the camera that is like literally right here, and it just won't work on screen. So that's why, I mean, I really do love her performance as Madame Morrible, and I thought that she did an absolute fantastic job. Playing both sides, playing that those tiny little like manipulative moments, and of course when she goes full on, listen, like that just like that full on that just like that full on evil there at the end. I thought that she was amazing in that scene. That's like a really great scene in the movie. Ariana Grande's entire performance during No One Mourns the Wicked, saying so much without speaking a word, mourning her friend while everyone else cheers on her death when she sings "She Died Alone." She's talking about herself. Like, she's literally talking about herself. Like, when she's repeating back like what the townspeople are actually saying, like she's talking about herself in those moments. Um, when Elphaba sings "Degreenify You," the color chimes for a moment actually show Arivo's natural skin tone, and I thought that was actually a really great little moment. Um, Fanny, as played by Bowen Yang. Well, first of all, he's great, and he actually has a voice. At one point during what's it called? During What Is This Feeling? When the camera is like literally like right here on him, you can actually hear his voice above everybody else's, and he actually has like a really great voice. But talking about the character of Fanny for a minute, like he is definitely more of a follower and is just going on with the crowd. While Shen Shen, played by Bronwyn James, is definitely the more racist, bigoted of the two, and really, really pay attention as she stares daggers at Elphaba and Dr. Dillamond in multiple scenes. Um, Another great moment is when Glinda only decides to give Elphaba the hat once she sees the books from Morrible's seminar, jealous of what Elphaba has, because you can kind of see her going back and forth, like when her friends are kind of giving her the hat to give to Elphaba, like, hey, this is what you should do. You can kind of see her kind of going back and forth, but the minute that Elphaba comes in, carrying the books, from Morrible's seminar, and, she sets them down, and, Ariana Grande, Glinda, really has that one brief moment where she kind of like glances down at the books, and then that's when she makes the official decision to give Elphaba the hat, because she just sees like what Elphaba has that she wants, and she just wants to take Elphaba down, more of a peg than she already has. Um, The Ozdust Ballroom sequence is really like one of the best directed scenes of the year. The Ozdust Ballroom sequence, Elphaba and Galinda's dance scene, is really like one of the most amazing directed sequences of the year, and definitely is like one of the reasons why John M. Chu should be in the conversation and should be one of the 5 nominees all throughout award season when it comes to Best Director. But talking about the Ozdust Ballroom sequence, the Ozdust Ballroom is illegal, so on the surface, people might ask, why would Elphaba go to the most popular teacher and go, hey, I know you're asleep, but can you go to this underground illegal club where the underage students are at? Because like there's like this really great moment that I feel like a lot of people miss as the students are literally walking, sneaking to the boats to take them to the Ozdust Ballroom. Fanny literally has like this great throwaway line moment of like, oh my god, we're gonna get arrested. Like it's like this really great moment. It's like this really funny moment. I always laugh at that. But yeah, no, like it's an illegal club. Like it is like an underground club. So you might be wondering, like, why would Elphaba go to Morrible and say, like, hey, can you go to this place and give Galinda this thing, this wand where all these underage, where all the students are, like where it is like illegal, like, hey, students are not supposed to be out there or there or even like out after, like they have a curfew. So like why, would she do that? And why would Morrible not get them in trouble? Now, a normal teacher would get them in trouble, but that is actually a great wink and a nod, foreshadowing of Morrible's true nature, of who she really is, like the evil side of her, that she's not exactly a rule follower, that she's not exactly on the up and up there. When John M. Chu muffles the sound, cuts out sound, what follows is going to be cinema. Every single time when John M. Chu either muffles the sound or cuts out the sound, what immediately follows is gonna be cinema. We have examples of like the 96,000 final run and In the Heights, the Can't Help Falling in Love with You, Wedding in Crazy Rich Asians, and of course Elphaba and Galinda Ozdust Ballroom in Wicked. So what I mean, like when he muffles or cuts out the sound, it's when Elphaba is doing her dance, which is like a great moment. I thought Cynthia Erivo really did an amazing job with that scene. It was so heartbreaking. It was like the first time that I've ever actually seen that scene really portrayed as it is. Like it really is supposed to be like a heart-wrenching moment. It's not supposed to be a comedic beat. We're not supposed to be laughing with the students. We're supposed to be really being affected, by Elphaba. So like this is like really the first time that we've actually seen this scene portrayed as it's pretty much supposed to be, or how it should be played, and not just for comedy bits. But yeah, no, I'm talking about the moment where Elphaba literally turns around and then all of a sudden like the sound just goes quiet, gets muffled, and that's what I'm talking about. Everything that follows is just amazing. I've never not cried during that scene, during all my viewings. So there is a moment that I do want to spotlight during the Galinda Elphaba dance, and it's when Galinda says it's all right, when Elphaba lets out, probably like one of the most powerful exhales in the history of cinema. And the tears are running down her face, and Galinda literally touches her cheek and goes like, whispers like, it's all right, it's all right. Apparently that was not scripted. It was not scripted for Erivo to break down during that moment. But that's just something that happened, as they were filming. And so when Galinda says it's all right, like that's just as much Ariana Grande as that is Galinda saying that. And I thought that was actually a really, really great moment. So behind the scenes, the Wicked team did go, and this is not like actually in the film, but this is something that could have been in the film. So the Wicked team went to Ariana Grande and said, hey, by the way, what do you think about turning Popular into hip hop? Like, what do you think about doing like a hip hop version of Popular, for this, for the sequence? And Ariana Grande turned it down, saying, I want people to see Glinda, not Ariana Grande, as Glinda. And it's not really, that's not in the movie, but but that just made me respect Ariana Grande a lot more, because I think there are actually a ton of people who would have leaped at the chance of like, oh yeah, no, like let's hip hop this up, let's change it, hey, I am so and so playing Glinda, like I want people to see, so and so playing Glinda. I don't want people to see Glinda, I want people to see so and so playing Glinda. So I thought that was a really great moment, and it just shows just how much respect Ariana Grande has for the material and how much of a fan she is of the material, that she put Ariana Grande to the side and, decided on what was best for the character, and what actually fit the character. Some part that I feel like not a lot of people are actually catching, when the messenger balloon comes down to deliver Elphaba the invitation from the wizard, Galinda is literally ducking and diving and like literally like side eyeing the thing from the moment it comes down, and I thought that was a really great subtle, physical comedy bit from Ariana Grande. I just thought that that was actually a really great moment. That I feel like I am the only one who ever catches that. I feel like I am the only one who ever actually catches that she's literally just like ducking and weaving and like literally just like side eyeing the thing the entire time, and I howl with laughter every single time. Um, Morrible only saying Deary when the mask starts to slip, and when her true nature is about to be revealed, or once her true nature is actually revealed, like that's when she starts saying "dearie." That she never actually starts to say "dearie" until those moments actually happen. And also pay attention during the scene. I'm not going to spoil like where Act Two goes, but pay attention to the. But I will talk about another moment that this is also kind of winking and nodding to, or foreshadowing. That when it starts to rain, and of course Morrible makes it sunny again, kind of giving a little wink and a nod that she can control the weather, that will come into play in Act Two and come into play in a little bit as I talk about another moment. The iconic hand to head, wave goodbye on the train platform is literally Elphaba and Galinda saying "I love you." Yes, they are lovers. I know that there are a lot of people who are going to disagree with that. Yes, they are lovers. Kristen or Ariana Grande, called them lover or said they were lovers, but said that Glinda's in the closet. And then Kristen Chenoweth, who of course originated the role of Glinda on stage, she literally co-signed it. So yeah, no, they are lovers, and that's literally them saying "I love you" to each other, which is like a really great moment. Now, this next thing that I'm going to bring up, okay, all right, so they spoiled this. I was hoping that they would not spoil this, but they've already put out the featurettes. The two actresses have actually, done interviews. They put up stuff on their social media, so this is not really a spoiler, because they've already spoiled this. This is a spoiler, but like they've already spoiled this. Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth are in this movie. They are in this movie. They have a really great moment. The first time I saw this, and every other time, like, yay! Like I lost my shit when they appeared. But also, it is kind of like this really great moment where it does feel like they're winking and nodding to their supposed feud that was allegedly going on, when they are on stage. I mean, clearly now they're great friends. They've hung out together. We've had many great social media posts together. But yeah, no, there was like allegedly a feud going on like during the stage show. So yeah, I know that like people are saying like, oh no, that is literally winking and nodding to Elphaba and Galinda. Galinda not really being powerful or whatever, and so like she's literally taking the. But yeah, no, it felt more like they were like winking and nodding to their supposed feud. But you know what? If people say that it's if they actually say that it's actually about Elphaba and Galinda and just like winking and nodding to their previous characters, especially because Idina Menzel does the battle cry at one point, then you know what, I'll accept that. That's fine. But hey, if they were winking and nodding to their supposed feud, that was also great too. The Hollow Wizard, during One Short Day, when he appears, like when he's reading from the Grimoire, he's just saying Omaha over and over and over again, which is where Oscar Diggs, who is the wizard. That's the wizard's real name, Oscar Diggs, where he's actually from. So like he's just literally saying, Omaha. Omaha. Like that's literally like what he's saying during that moment. I that never fails to make me laugh. One part that never fails to make me cry. It's the moment during Defying Gravity where Elphaba is falling, and it's like this really really great moment. Where she sees her younger self in the reflection, and they both literally are like reaching out their hands to each other. You know, the younger Elphaba like reaches out her hand to the adult Elphaba, and you know, it was like it never fails to make me cry. Um, Morrible manipulate. I said this was going to come back. Morrible manipulating the weather to turn green to further the anti-Elphaba sentiment. So like yeah, when Elphaba's in the sky and you see like all the green lightning like going off and on, like no, to me like that's Morrible. To me that's Morrible. That's not Elphaba doing that. That's literally Morrible. That's literally Morrible. You know, controlling the weather and you know just trying to further that that anti-Elphaba sentiment with the crowds. Another great moment that I just always love. It's the wizard having the greatest. I might have fucked up. Mixed with "That's my daughter" look when he walks out to see Elphaba at the end of Defying Gravity. I know that people are going to scream "spoiler for Act Two," but you can hear Jeff Goldblum's voice during No One Mourns the Wicked. Like, you can actually hear his voice during, you know, have another drink, my dark-eyed beauty. I got one more night left here in town. So have another drink, we'll lit green elixir, and we'll have ourselves a little mixer. Like, you can literally hear Jeff Goldblum's voice. They literally gave that role to one of the most, you know, recognizable voices in the history of the world. So it's like, if they were trying to keep that a secret, then maybe they should have cast somebody else. Maybe they should have gotten somebody else to play the younger version of the wizard. Another great Ariana Grande, you know, moment. It's during Defying Gravity, and it's the moment when Morrible comes out and literally like hand waves the guards, you know, to release Glinda. And it's that moment when Morrible, you know, finally embraces her, and it's this great moment with Ariana Grande where, you know, you can literally feel Glinda, you know, finally getting that validation, but having to decide in that moment, you know, do I accept this validation that I have literally, you know, been aching for, that I have literally been begging for this entire time, and, you know, really wanting this validation from this, you know, from this sorceress, this teacher that I respect so much, you know, but also at the same time, it's like, you know, or do I follow my friend? And, you know, when she finally embraces Morrible, you know, okay, well, you know, and then she, you know, goes to the validation. Um, but also, I want to talk about Morrible for a second again. I just love that Morrible takes any chance that she gets to snark shade Glinda, that she literally takes any chance she gets to snark and shade Glinda, which makes that final embrace like that much more powerful, because you can just see like how manipulative Morrible is, as she knows how much this girl has been begging for her validation, has been begging for her affection. And so yeah, no, like and so yeah, it's just a great performance from both of these tremendous actresses. And of course, Fiyero immediately riding off when he sees that Elphaba is in trouble. That he just immediately rides off when he sees that Elphaba is in trouble. That he doesn't even have to think twice about it. He sees, you know, the lightning going off. He sees the, you know, the green stuff in the sky. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he could actually hear her belting all the way in shiz. And so it's like, oh my God, the love of my life is in trouble. I gotta go. And that's just like a great moment, you know, that great shot of him just like on his horse, literally just like, you know, zooming through the gates of Shiz University. I thought that was like a really great shot. in the film. But yeah, no, like this is easily one of my favorite films of the year so far. This is easily I mean, I will cheer, I will scream if they actually give this thing Best Picture. Right now I'm having a hard time trying to figure out, okay, like what could beat it. Well, actually I do know what could beat it. But I don't want to give this film any type of air until we actually know how award season is going to play out. I'm not talking about Wicked Part 1. I'm talking about another film that is just like, I don't want to give that film air. It's just like a wrong place, wrong time film. I do not want to see what type of speeches come out if that film actually wins. I mean, in terms of the team behind that film, I don't want to see what type of speeches come out, during the accepting of the awards. I don't want to see those types of speeches. But yeah, no, like there's only like one film that I'm kind of seeing like, maybe that could win, because like I could see that winning. But it's like I haven't seen the film. So for all I know, it's just a shitty film. There's gonna be like another shitty film that award season, I guess, because I don't know, it's a whole thing. But yeah, no, right now, Wicked is my pick for Best Picture. I know people are gonna scream like Dune Part 2 or Anora or The Brutalists, but right now, Wicked Part 1 is my pick for Best Picture. Although I would not be surprised if Dune Part 2 ends up taking it, but I do think that Wicked Part 1 is going to end up taking it, especially because of all the reports coming out talking about the fact of just how, like, the rapturous response that Wicked has gotten during the industry screenings, during the awards screenings. I really do think that Wicked Part 1 is going to end up taking Best Picture if you go by what some of the reports are saying. So jump down to the comment section below. Let me know what you think about all of this. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. As always, remember, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's go through all the stuff you'll be able to find on this channel right now. So I'll be bringing you guys constant updates on the After Film series. It Ends With Us, Hush Hush, The Mister, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Sunrise on the Reaping, Crave, Wicked, Hush Hush, Midnight Sun, the animated series, the Culpables franchise, Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, like a whole bunch of book to entertainment adaptations as we go through the life of this channel. You guys are going to be so updated, you'll be begging me to stop the updates. Because I was terminated for so long, there's still some stuff from After We Collided that I do have to catch up on, including topic videos, and those are coming sooner rather than later. As always, remember, this channel would not be able to go to the heights that it has without you guys, and so for that, I'm eternally grateful. You know, I know, there are plenty of fans out there, old and new, who have no idea, absolutely no idea that this channel exists, or this even back from termination in the first place. So please keep sharing the channel. Please keep spreading the word of Charles's Movie Channel, because this will easily be one of the best, not the best, book to entertainment adaptation channels you'll find right here on YouTube, or dare I say anywhere. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. My name is Charles. Welcome to the Book to Entertainment Adaptation channel. I'll see you later, Book to Entertainment fans. Take care, y'all. Love you.